A day late.
Well, thank you, Mr. Lawrence.
What'd you do?
What I do for my birthday?
Yeah.
I went to dinner with my family and hung out and watched pretty crappy basketball practice. I had a lot of good things happen yesterday, but we had a clinic that was pretty cool.
I asked Elijah about, the last 3 or 4 years you guys have had a lot of losses personnel-wise, and yet you just keep moving forward, and he said most of that was because of you. What's the key, while other teams struggle after losses, you guys just kind of keep moving forward? What's the key? I mean, there's no setbacks, it doesn't.
Well, I think the biggest key is that we got good players. I mean, we've had good players ever since we've been here, and we've been deeper than what a lot of people think. A lot of people think because a kid doesn't play, he mustn't be very good, and that hasn't been the case here. We've had some good players that didn't get a chance to play a lot because they just had better guys in front of them, or older guys, not necessarily better, but older. And now when guys get their number called, they make the most of the opportunity. So, that is one thing that I think that we should take pride in, is that the expectation shouldn't change from year to year just because guys leave, because we wouldn't be doing our job if in fact the expectations did change a lot. But we got good guys. There's a lot of guys that would love to have 4 seniors out there starting for them right now. So we're pretty spoiled here.
Is this team ahead of schedule, you think, so far? 10 of 11?
I don't know if we're ahead of schedule from a one-loss record standpoint, but I think we're probably maybe a little bit ahead based on how we played the last 3 weeks. I mean, the last 3 weeks we've been pretty good. But up until then, we weren't good. I mean, the light just kind of came on. And I don't know if we can, I'd like to bottle that and keep moving forward and getting better. But this will be a team that you can't be soft on, I guarantee you, because once they start thinking that they're really getting something done, then we'll get a knot put on our heads. So we need to stay hungry and aggressive. And when we do those things and play with energy, we've proven that we can be pretty good. But you trust me, the other half is way too often, and I see it in practice all the time.
All your teams improve a lot, but has this been a little bit more exceptional, the December improvement you've seen?
Yeah, maybe. You look at last year, we were awful. Playing Davidson and Kansas City and that kind of stuff, and laboring over Christmas, and the light came on, and we got much better fast. I think there's a point in time in every season where a team becomes a team. I don't know if we've come to that point yet or not. Usually that happens through adversity, and we really haven't dealt with much adversity yet. So, no coach wants to deal with it, but when you do deal with it, you're usually better because of it. This year's team has done a really good job so far of everybody, putting both feet in the circle and saying, okay, let's do this together. And that's kind of refreshing, because when you're coaching superstars, which we've had some here, we have a lot of terrific players. Hey, they're unselfish too, but they've got to score, they've got to do this, they've got to do that, because that was best for our team. I mean, I go into games right now having no idea who our leading scorer will be, even though Ben's kind of emerged as that. And it's kind of fun, because it seems like there's a different guy always stepping up.
Is Jeff where you thought he would be right this time, protecting the paint the way he has really come on?
No, he's better than what I thought. I never envisioned Jeff as being a guy that people would talk about the way they do back when he was in his first and second year here. He's amazed me. He's fallen in love with the game. He's gotten better, and I think he's going to keep on getting better.
Teams have shot a bunch of three-pointers the last 3 games. Is that because of how hard it is to score inside?
You know what? I think very small part. I think if you go back statistically and you look at Belmont and Richmond, they shoot a ton of threes against everybody. And then the other day, Ohio State, they shot more threes than they normally do, but that's kind of been their motive, their way to score. They're a penetrating pitch, 3-point jump shooting team. And whereas it looks like teams shoot a lot of threes against us, in large part because we don't shoot that many. I mean, I know I complain sometimes we shoot too many. What do we shoot against Ohio State? 11? Something like that. So we're still one of the few teams that probably play inside out as much as we do, but other teams play to their strength, and that's something else that we've been spoiled in. We've had a lot of good big guys. There's not a lot of programs out there that's had as many good big guys where we can keep playing inside out, and big guys are hard to get. So our guys have done a good job in that area as far as developing inside, which allows us to maybe have the balance we want.
Are you okay with teams shooting as many as they want from out there as long as they're not
I'm
going?
okay with teams shooting guarded threes. I think in large part, our 3-point percentage defense was one of the worst in the country the first 7 or 8 games of the season. It was awful. But the last few games has gotten better. But I think it's in large part because teams miss, not because we bother them as much. So, and when you're rushed, you don't shoot as good a percentage. But I think the number's too high. I wish we pressured out a little bit more to try to reduce that number and force him into Jeff, which I think would probably be something that could kind of keep some fast breaks from time to time.
Defensively,
Go ahead.
defensively, are you on is this team on track to be typical first in the Big 12, top 10 in the country defensively?
Yeah. I still question it, but I think so, and I think Jeff's a huge part of that because I've watched a lot of games where it looks like people can. People don't shoot the ball inside as much, then shooting percentages should go down. I mean, I think we've had some better defensive teams in this one, but I'm not sure we've ever had a guy that could make up for mistakes like we have now. So I still think we get better defensively because I know that we can slide better, we can guard the ball better, and we can defend a 3 a little bit better and that kind of stuff. But still, for us to be any good this year, we got to hang our hat on that end, and I think our guys are going to do that.
Is American good? What do they try to do?
Well, they'll play some 3-2 and 2-3 and man, and mix it up a little bit, and they just got a kid healthy that can score the ball. Got a big guy that can score, and they got a guy and coach. Kansas fans should remember Jeff Jones. Back in the
95.
back was it 95 in the NCAA tournament. So it'll be a good game. Plus, they're probably a little rusty. I know we are, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
They had junior